This is Total Information AM, Saturday, with Maria Kina and Brian Kelly on News Radio 1120 KMOX.
I wonder if you can see the ghost of Frank Sinatra. Well, we're going to find out because the Haunted History Tours are getting underway soon at the Peabody Opera House, and here to talk to us about them is the Public Safety Director at the Opera House and Scott Trade Center, Dave Gilbert. Dave, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So this sounds very cool. July 22nd, August 20th, these are paranormal tours of the Peabody Opera House. Tell us about them.
Yeah, so we've been open about 5 years now, since it closed in 20 years ago or so. And during that time, there's always stories of buildings sitting empty, other ghost stories. People hear things, people see things. And in the time that we've been open, every time we do a building tour, we have a concert or a Broadway show, things like that. Guests will walk up and they're like, "Oh, tell me some ghost stories. Give me some idea about what happens in the building. I've heard so many stories." And we've actually had a lot of stories from our guest service staff of different situations they've had happen to them. So we decided, let's take it a little deeper. Let's get somebody in here and do an investigation. So we called the St. Louis Paranormal Research Society and had them come out and do an investigation to see if they can find anything about that.
And
when they,
go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, when they did that, we were pretty astonished by some of the things they came back with. Pictures of full body apparitions, electronic voice phenomenons, things like that.
Okay. So now say that again. What did they come up with?
So we have a picture of a full body apparition in one of our loggia boxes. It's basically a full body shadow that's plainly visible, just caught by accident by just snapping pictures across the theater. And we have multiple voice recordings of spirit voices. When there's nobody there in the room, you're by yourself, you have a digital recorder and just basically talking with the spirits and getting responses.
How interesting. Are there any familiar voices on it?
One familiar voice, actually, I had a personal experience in the theater one time, which made me really start thinking, okay, there may really be ghosts, because I was kind of a skeptic. But on one instance, I was walking through the theater from one side to the other, and I was the only one in the building at that point. And as I'm walking across, I hear a woman's voice, like singing bars, like she's warming up for a show, like la 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 la. And I was up in the mezzanine level, so it was right in the seats right next to me as I was walking through the theater.
Wow.
And that voice came through in one of the recordings.
You think if I went there and sat in the seat I sat in, I could go back and see the Outlaws there again?
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it, to see some of those old shows?
That'd be really cool. So as you go through on these tours, what can we expect?
Sure. So the tours are going to last about an hour or so. You show up about 30 minutes before your tour time, get checked in. You get about a half hour kind of pre-cocktail hour to have a drink, meet some of the paranormal research investigators, ask questions, check out your equipment, because they're also bringing some investigative equipment with them. So night vision cameras, recorders, things like that. So when you're actually doing the tour, you can do your own investigation as we go along on this tour.
Oh, that's really neat, Dave.
Some people might need those drinks before they go on this tour.
That was kind of my thought, yes.
Yeah, doesn't hurt.
Are you ever kind of spooked when you're in there by yourself?
There are many times where I'm like, I really wish somebody was here with me as I'm turning these lights off. Absolutely.
What a beautiful old building. That is very cool. So where can we go to find out more?
Sure. So if you go to our website at PeabodyOperaHouse.com, there is a tab on there for you to find anything to do with our tours. We do regular building tours and now this haunted history tour. It goes on there. It's $30 a piece for the tour. If you want to buy a group ticket, so you want to buy for more than one person, if you want to buy for the entire time slot, which we've limited all of our time slots to 13 people per tour, which we thought was really fitting, you can call a special number that's also connected to that website and get a group rate and things like that.
And again, it's Friday, July 22nd and Saturday, August 20th. And if you missed any part of this interview, would like to get the information, you can catch it soon at KMOX.com. That is fascinating stuff, Dave Gilbert. Thank you very much for joining us and have fun on the tours.
Thanks for having us.
All right, take care.
So you boys all came out dressed nice tonight?
Yeah.
Like that.
It's very nice. This is
I say if you're going to look dead, dress dead.
Yeah.